Selamat pagi Malaysia. This is Norazmin Hanani from TV5. From rice to roti, from the humble pit of nasi lemak to your favorite char kway teow, Malaysians are now feeling the sting of soaring food prices. The cost of daily essentials has been steadily climbing, pushing many families to rethink their grocery spending and dietary habits. We're going to move on to Balkis, our reporter on site.
I am reporter Balkis, reporting for TV5. Over past 13 years, food in Malaysia keep on increasing and it raises everyone's concern on will they be able to eat in year 2030. Between 2010 and 2024, the food prices keep on increasing and surged by an average of 3.2% annually, has far outpacing the country's general inflation rate of 2.0% annually during the same period. This issue is critical in Malaysia because the government needs to solve this issue as soon as possible, because this issue can impact on household budget, threatening food security, to consistently access food for all citizens, lower economic growth by reducing purchasing power of customer, and government. This issue can pressure the government to act quickly. However, food supplier and seller also need to concern about this issue because they are the one who decide to put out the percentage for the market margin and price of the foods to be sold. In fact, all parties will be affected if this issue cannot be solved in this short period of time. Okay, now I will interview one of the citizens that are affected by this issue. Can I know your name?
My name is Aina, yes.
What do you think about food inflation in Malaysia?
Actually, it's getting hard right now. Like, the cost of living is getting high and we cannot buy easily the essential foods. The price is going up everywhere we go. Yeah, and I hope the government could resolve this problem very quickly as soon as possible. Yeah.
Thank you. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Balkis, for the report. Now we move on to Ministry of Economy. The Ministry of Economy has expressed deep concern over the rising food inflation, stating that it poses a serious challenge for Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum and hi. So I am Ministry of Economy. So today I'm going to explain about our inflation rates that has been hit the lowest rate in over 4 years, which is from 2022 until now, 2025. So basically, our lowest rate has been recorded until this May 2025, which is by 1.2%, and it has been in a slower pace during this month, during May. This is also because the global oil price have been decreased, and this issue is basically affected for all countries in the world. This information is also according to Department of Statistics Malaysia. So there has been some written by Dr. Haji Ahmad Zahruddin Sani, which is in his discussion in Colonies. He said that our inflation rate right now is being influenced also by the international problems issue, which is such as recently we have the Russia that invaded Ukraine in the February. So this issue has been largely felt by the financial markets. However, this massacre, this issue, even if it has been scared by people around the world, they are also scared of the increased cost of living, so that it will be hard for them to feed their families.
How about our statistic of food and beverage for current year and past 10 years?
Okay, so now I'm going to show you a consumer price index statistics of food and beverages for our current year 2025 until the past 2015. Okay, so moving on to 2022 until 2023 to mid 2024. You can see here there has been a spike of inflation here. This is because increase in fuel prices, and also we have been having a commodity shortages, and a lot of shipping costs also have increased because of the movement restrictions and etc. Okay, and then moving on to 2025, which we have been seeing a rapid drop also in inflation, which is back to around 1 to 2% compared to the last years, which is around almost 7%. So when it has reached to 1 to 2%, it is being considered normal, the inflation around that time of the year. So this is due to because of government interventions, the lower demand. The demand has been stabilized at that moment, and also our supply chain also has becoming more easier. Some examples of government interventions that has been done is like subsidies, import and export controls, and also the price controls have been implemented. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm Adila from Ministry of Finance. About the current issue related to Malaysia, which is cost push inflation in food sector. It occurs when a shortage of supply of labor, shortage of raw material, crop failures, or capital drive up the cost of production and decrease in aggregate supply. The price of food rise by 3.2% per year from year 2010 until 2024, which is higher than general inflation rate of 2.0%. The cost push inflation generally have many factors such as wage push inflation. This is caused by the wages increase, especially when the wages increase without corresponding increase in productivity. Other than that, import push inflation also some of the factor that causing the cost push inflation, which is increase in the price of imported goods. In this era globalization, Malaysia currently relies heavily on imported goods. Malaysia import a staggering amount of 93.8 billion ringgit worth of agri-food product while exporting only 54.5 billion ringgit and resulting of 39.3 billion ringgit trade deficits. In this issue, the Malaysian ringgit was weak against United States dollar, lead to the food import become more expensive. We also have natural disaster and global conflict are also factor of the cost push inflation because currently Malaysia has experiencing unpredictable heavy rainfall and severe flooding in recent time. Global conflict events like the war in Ukraine impact global trade deficit growth and the availability of certain food products like wheat. Alternatively, the government can implement direct control measures to resolve cost push inflation, such as government will reset new income policy to control wage push inflation. Government also can reduce import dependency by decreasing the quantity or price of import, especially for necessary goods. Malaysia can invest in domestic agriculture to boost local food production. This will generate more supply and lower production costs. Hence, we reduce the cost push inflation in food sector. By addressing this issue proactively, Malaysia can not only reduce inflationary pressure but also build a more self-reliant, resilient and inclusive food system for the future. That's all from me. Thank you.
Welcome back to the studio. To address the rising food prices, we need both short-term and long-term actions. In the short term, the government can expand social aid like cash transfers and food vouchers for the poor, especially the B40 group. Food stockpiles should also be managed better, and temporary subsidies on basic items can be offered to help those in need. In the medium term, we can strengthen food supply chains, reduce food losses, and improve logistics. At the same time, we must stabilize the ringgit and reduce our reliance on food imports. And for the long term, it's all about resilience. Supporting small farmers, promoting local food production, and using smart farming technologies can ensure a sustainable food future. We must also monitor global prices and take early steps to protect our local markets. Together with the right measures, we can manage this crisis and build a more secure and self-sufficient food system. I'm Noresmin Halani reporting from TV5. Stay safe and good evening.